Hello, my name is Latrice Torres, and I am the CEO of Leader Keys Consulting, LLC. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am a senior professional in human resources, which just means I've been in HR for a very long time, over 20 years. I work specifically in the areas of leadership and executive development, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion. But what that really all means up underneath that is that I, at the heart of everything, I am a facilitator. I love to facilitate and to present. I design my sessions very specifically to make sure that I capture my audience in a way that there is going to be effective learning transfer. Because again, at the core of me, I am a leadership and development specialist. Okay, so virtual facilitation. I have been presenting virtually for about 14, 15 years, which means it was before the technology caught up to being able to do it really effectively. I have made sure that I understand what is really important about virtual facilitation versus live instruction or presenting. And I even offer that as a service to my potential clients to help others with understanding what are all of the nuances and intricacies about virtual delivery. So I will say it's my bread and butter. I've worked for a lot of global organizations, so I was uniquely ready for this switch to the virtual environment because I've been doing it for a lot of years now. Like I said, about 14 or 15 years. So very comfortable in virtual presentation. I love using all the tools that are at my disposal, but most importantly, I like to use them in a really effective manner. I do like to engage my participants. So I love all the little things that people can do as far as raising their hands and asking questions. I'm really good at integrating that right into my delivery seamlessly without getting off track or putting the presentation in jeopardy of not being completed or not getting done what I want to get done or the result that I want. All right. So like I said, very comfortable with virtual presentation. Let me tell you a little bit about the Music to Action presentation. Specifically, this is the community activation for racial justice. This is normally a four-part series, but this is sliced into a fourth. I developed every single piece of this so that it can stand alone. So these participants will not feel like they're missing anything or that they are only getting a sliver of something. It will be very robust as I put into the presentation that I submitted for this, and the participants will walk away with a couple of different tools. The modality, the primary modality, will be a PowerPoint presentation, which will have some audio and video embedded right inside of it to make sure that it'll work within the technology. So the participants will hear from the musician himself. So this is based on the album Live from the Prison Nation by Alonzo Demetrius. So I do have video of him introducing the content. And then I also have some audio from someone who is impacted by the topic itself. So when we talk about community activation for racial justice, this is really talking about getting active not as an individual, but as a community, but empowering individuals to be able to do that. Because we're talking about an elevated topic around this that most organizations, most communities are talking about, which is the whole entire prison industrial complex. It's a big topic, right? But the goal of this particular presentation is to dissect that topic, make it digestible, that people understand it, but more importantly, that they feel like there's some type of action that they can take immediately as a result of what they learn in this session. Anything that I design, again, I'm a facilitator, but I'm also an instructional designer at heart. I ask myself three questions. What do I want people to know? What do I want people to feel? And what do I want people to do? And I don't think any presentation can really exist effectively and really touch people in a way that they need to in order to feel like they're activated, unless you answer all three of those questions within the presentation. So that's what this presentation does. So again, there's a PowerPoint, there's video, there's audio. Of course, we're going to listen to one of the songs, a portion of it, because it is a 10-minute song. So it's jazz. So we're going to listen to a portion of the song. And then the participants also will get a worksheet to help them with community mapping, which is the first step. You can't do anything in your community until you actually understand it and know who the players and the roles are within your community. We define community as your personal, professional, or academic community for the purposes of this presentation. And I make sure that everybody understands that so they can listen to it with the right lens that they need to listen to it at that moment. Okay, so thank you so much for considering me for this. I have been delivering this quite successfully for about 8 months now, so I feel very comfortable with the content, and I'm just really honored to be considered for this particular event. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to provide more insight into my background or more insight into this presentation itself outside of the additional information that I'm going to submit with this video. Again, thank you in advance, and I hope to hear from you soon.